we are just gonna wait for him to jump on. Yes, hello. So, in the meantime, while everyone is joining and we are waiting, if you guys have any questions for James or myself, please leave them in the comments, put them in the question box. We are going to be doing some Q&As as well. And James just got on, so let me pull him up.
Hey there.
James, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Your hair looks good. You're looking all tan.
Dude, it's getting super long in quarantine.
Yes,
And yeah, silver lining. I've had a little more time to be outside, taking some shirtless runs, soaking in the vitamin D.
okay.
Yeah.
How have you been during everything? Like, what have you been doing to keep busy?
Well, I'm literally building a gym in the garage.
Nice.
Luckily, my CrossFit gym let me rate it before, like, right when this all started. So, I've been treating working out like it's a job because I want to go back into any opportunities from acting and music, being in as good a shape as I can possibly be and being healthy and ready to work.
Heck yeah, good for you.
And, I've got a music studio right over there where the guitar is. So very lucky. Been writing a ton of music and recording and just doing a bunch of remote sessions at home.
Man, you're going to come out on top.
I'm trying, man. It's not easy every day. And some days you got to just be and enjoy the time off. But hoping to come out of this, a little bit better than I went into it.
Oh, for sure. I feel the same.
How about you? Where you at? Were you quarantined at?
Just at my house, me and my husband. Honestly, I'm not hating this. Like, I've really been enjoying like this moment of just like rest. But I've been like really focusing a lot more on my health, getting outside more, and just kind of being, which has been really nice. I've been able to catch up with like old friends that I haven't like talked to in forever.
Great.
On the business side, on the back burner, I've been able to get that done. So it's been kind of nice, to be honest. Like, it's just a nice refresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? I think I was emotionally prepared for it to go until maybe the end of this month. Yeah. Now they're saying they're going to extend it until the end of the summer. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be as capable after June 1 of just staying home. I
literally feel the same way. I'm like, right now I'm getting a little bit antsy. I'm like, I need to travel. I need to shoot. I need to like out. You know what I mean? And then like summer, especially here in California, like we live for the outdoors. We live for the beach. We live for traveling. You know what I mean? Like,
of course, that's why we live here. It's also why we pay the ridiculous amount of taxes and everything.
Exactly.
And I know this is more than money, but it's getting to a point where I don't know. I hate that there's two sides. There shouldn't be. It should be like a consensus. And I don't know which one's right, but I feel horrible for all these mom and pop restaurants and stores and businesses they might have spent their entire lives building that are going to go under because they can't go back to work. I know a lot of people that would rather risk getting sick, but be able to continue to build, follow their dreams and pay their bills and support their kids and their families. So
exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. That's where I'm starting to lean. But of course, I'm healthy. I'm lucky. I don't have an underlying issue. So I can only speak for myself, really.
Yeah. No, man, I'm right there with you. I feel like a lot of people are going to just start saying, you know what, we're going to do social distancing. We're going to make it work because, like you said, people are going under. They're even going under now. And if we continue this, like, there's no one's going to be able to do anything. You know what I mean?
Dude, not to freak anybody else out, but I read just this morning that USC conducted a study. And they're predicting that if this quarantine continues throughout the rest of the summer, 1/3 of all Angelenos are going to be broke. No money.
I believe it. 100%.
How are we going to...
Like, how do you survive? Like, there's no way.
I don't know, man. It's such a bummer just across the board.
Yeah.
But all we can do is do our best to stay positive and focus on the things we can control. So get your home workouts in and do all your back work like Sheri's doing here. Catch up on all your invoices and the jazz you probably didn't do because you're too busy shooting before.
Yep, exactly that. So we're just gonna kind of jump into it. I'm gonna
do it.
Explain what we're doing. For anyone who does not know James, this is James Maslow. He was in Big Time Rush. He is doing this awesome thing with one of his best friends called LTX Music. Are you guys still doing the live DJ sets on Friday?
We are. We're actually right after this at 6 o'clock. If you guys want to join in, we're going to play a set on LTX Music, and we're going to tease our brand new single, History. We're going to play a little bit of that out today, which comes out on June 19th. So we're excited, yeah. Eugene's actually over there prepping the set right now.
Nice. Well, what a Friday night.
Yeah.
So cool. Man, and for anyone who does not know me, which I'm sure most of you guys don't, Sheri Angeles, fashion photographer here in LA. James and I have shot together numerous times.
Oh, she's so damn good, too. Really, you got an incredible eye, and can't wait till we can shoot again.
I know. Keep the long hair. I need to shoot that.
I'm just going to let it grow. At this point, you know.
Yeah.
Still got it. Still got it. So I'm just going to see what happens until I get annoyed with it.
I love it. So, okay, so just a heads up in case my, live, we can't hear each other, I'll start it over again. So heads up for everyone who's watching. But we are playing a game where we are going to dig a little bit deeper, get to know each other. And so basically the first round is perception, where we will answer questions about each other. And then the second round, which will be connection, you'll answer about yourself, and we'll just do like 3 or 4 questions. And then if anyone has any questions as well, like please feel free to leave them in the comments, leave them in the question box, and then I'll go ahead and read those out to you. So, are you ready, James?
Let's go.
All right. So, what do you think my favorite brand of cereal is?
I'm going to go Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ding, ding, ding. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's just great. It's a solid option.
Yes, that is my jam. I was going to say the same for you. Is that the same?
It is the same, but it's also for a really self-serving purpose, which is that I've been on the cover of a Cinnamon box.
Okay.
I still have 2 sitting in my office, and come to think of it, I probably should take the cereal out of the boxes.
Yeah.
Because that could get gross, but it's also just delicious. It was so sick. It was one of the coolest branding things I've ever done.
That is so cool. How did that happen for you? Like, was it like, how did that?
I mean, it was Big Time Rush was the band.
Okay.
Opportunity arose and it made sense, and it was in conjunction with one of our albums, I believe. Nice. So yeah, super cool.
Man, that is so dope. Okay, question number 2. Do I seem like a morning person or a night owl, and why?
I'm gonna go with night owl more than a morning person. Because you're a creative type, and a lot of times creative people just don't like getting up early because they don't have to.
Yes. Man, I was going to say the same for you, but I think for you, I feel like you're a mix of the two, because with being a creative, just like you said, I feel like we thrive at nighttime when the world slows down and we can really share our thoughts. But I also think because you are so busy that I think you are a morning person, especially when you need to get if you have a busy day, you want to get your workout in early, do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I force myself to get up early. It's not really something I naturally do. Maybe in quarantine, I'm going to bed by fucking 9 o'clock. But
same. For real, same.
But my best friend, actually, Eugene, has got me on the naps when we do have to go and play, a late set or for DJing a club. I still get up early, get the workout, do the whole day, but then I need that midday nap if I'm going to play, a midnight set or 1 a.m. set. Yeah. So that's the key. That's the key to the long days.
Get those naps in.
Yeah. Eugene is reminding me, our last show we played, I guess it was January now, before this all happened. We didn't stop DJing until 3 in the morning. Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. That's late. Okay. Do you think plants thrive or die in my care?
Plants?
Yeah, plants.
I feel like you've killed a couple plants. Yeah, again, you're focused on what you like, what you love doing, but you admitted that you're going back and doing all the things that you haven't done. And I have a feeling that watering plants might have been on that list.
That is so funny. I feel like you just know me so well. Yeah, I literally, if you look around my apartment, if you were here, it's all fake plants because I forget to water. I have to feed myself. You know what I mean?
I consolidated. I have 1 succulent plant because they don't need that much water, and I've got a weekly reminder on my phone on Sundays: water the plants.
Nice.
And I've got 1, and so I'm gonna manage with them for a while, but that's about it.
Yes. Man, I was gonna say the same for you, just because I know like you're busy and everything. I was gonna say the same. I feel like they die more, but I feel like I'm gonna answer this for Caitlin. I don't even know if she's around, but I feel like she thrives. I feel like she's a plant lady. Is she a plant lady?
No, actually, she's not. She like maybe could like a plant or whatnot, but I actually like get into it when I water the plants. Like I heard that when you're nice to your plants, they thrive, and then so I talk to them and shit. And she thinks
Okay.
I'm a little crazy for it, but that's all right. That's okay.
Is your succulent thriving right now?
They're fucking thriving. They got some sun on them right now.
Heck
They're having
yeah.
a great day.
That's amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more here, and then we'll move into round two, I guess. Okay. What reality show do you think I'm most likely to binge watch?
Reality show. Are you watching that Too Hot to Handle one right now? Because it's on
I,
Netflix.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I'm proud of you. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's,
We started, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
Caitlin, we started it together as well, and
Yeah.
I let her run with that in her downtime. Yeah.
Yeah.
What show have you been binge watching?
So for a reality show, we binged The Circle. Have you watched The Circle?
No. I've heard of it though. It's another Netflix one, right?
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix, but it's all about social like media, and so
Is it interesting or would I cringe watching it?
no, it's definitely not a too hot to handle, but you're like basing each other, like kind of like the perception thing that we're doing. You're looking at their photo kind of like on Instagram or Facebook, and you're basically trying to make a relationship with just the people who are in the circle. Not like a dating, it's not a dating, it's you're trying to win $100,000. Maybe kind of like Big Brother, but without actually interacting face to face.
Wow, that's next level isolation.
Yeah, like but
Sounds
it's
terrible.
It's so interesting.
But I do appreciate the social aspect of things like that. You know,
Yeah.
that's why Big Brother is such an interesting game. It's really all about the social interactions. You know, winning the games is like a bonus, but it's all about the social game.
For sure. So I think for you, I was gonna say I also kind of think Big Brother, not just because you were on it, but I feel like you like the intricate games of like a Survivor as well. Kind of like you're actually like.
Yeah. I actually really like those nature shows. Like I love watching oh, what's Homeboy that goes out? They drop him in the middle of nowhere.
Naked, Naked and Afraid.
Bear Grylls.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Naked and Afraid is awful. It looks. I'm not saying it's a bad show, but like,
yeah,
who would want to do like? There's like fire ants crawling up their ass. That sounds terrible. Not for me. Not for me. But a Survivor type thing, I feel like I could get down with.
Yeah, I feel like you'd be good at Survivor too. Have you ever thought about that? I feel like you would be good.
You know, I'd rather make a living like acting and playing music, and then like occasionally go camping or something. That sounds preferable to me. But like, look, if we end up going into some post-apocalyptic Corona, COVID-19 world, yes, I will thrive because I'll have to. I just don't want to.
Right. You prefer your house and your couch.
Yeah.
Love it.
But like, if it comes like a zombie-laden land, my house will be the safest house all around, obviously.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, I'm coming there, James. I'm coming there.
Come on over.
Okay, so we're going to move on to round two, which is connection. So these are about you, okay? So, how can you become a better person?
Me specifically or in general?
I think just in general.
I've always kind of just thought about basic principles. For me, thinking about getting better every day is exciting because you don't have to master a skill in one day, but if you learn just a little bit more of anything, you know what I mean? Like possibilities are endless. You could be reading more, becoming more proficient there, shooting basketball, making your shot better. Hopefully it's also in line with what you want to do for a living. Imagine when you started taking photos, it was just fun. And then it became fun when you learned, like, oh, how do I adjust my ISO? What's the difference in light and bounce? And so to me, getting better, it should be an exciting thing for people.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the key to finding what you want to do for a living too. When you're doing something and you're practicing it, but it doesn't feel like practice, it's just fun. Right. That's something you could turn into a job because then it'll never really feel like work.
Yes, great answer. I love that. Okay, so for me, how can you become a better person? I think it's about giving from a pure and genuine place, giving without expecting anything in return. Because I feel like the more that you give, the more you actually do receive in return. So I
Yeah,
think,
love that.
yeah, I think it's just simple. Just be giving, you know? So, okay, if you could have it your way, who would you be with? Where would you be? And what would you be doing?
Have it my way.
Yes.
You know, we were just starting to DJ right at the top of this year, and everything just stopped. So if I could have it my way, you know, I'd want Vegas to open up. I want to go DJ a big pool party and, you know,
Yeah.
be with all of my friends. It'd be a fun, you know, I crave that more now than I ever have before.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Like, it puts it into perspective, especially with what's happening right now. Like, you think you just be taking things for granted. You know what I mean?
Well, it's also, how many times did we make excuses before not to socialize? So
Oh,
many.
all the time.
And it's always the grass is greener, but this is one of those moments where, like, once we can go out again, I definitely am going to take advantage of seeing my friends and socializing and dinners, even when I'm tired. Because, first off, I've never really regretted it. You know, once you get your ass off the couch and you shower, you almost always have a great time, even if you drink too
Right.
much. Like, I don't regret those moments.
Right.
And now, especially knowing how it can be on the other side, like it is right now,
Yep.
looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yep. Same. And now we'll be 30 minutes early to everywhere that we're going.
Although Caitlin actually is off. She had her first like social distance casting today, which is awesome. Her industry started to pick back up,
Okay.
which means hopefully yours is too.
Heck yeah.
But she's stuck in traffic. Like she's in traffic right now. I'm like, who's out? Like, aren't we supposed to be home? I don't get it.
Dang, no way. I've been honestly, like, I went out the other day. I got from where I live to, I think it was close to where you were in like 30 minutes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is how it's supposed to be. I'm like, if we can keep this, great. That's the one
Oh
thing.
my God.
You
The
know?
air is something like 30% cleaner right now around the world because people aren't driving and they're working from home. That's great. Let's keep that shit up.
Yes, I believe that. Okay, so who would I be with? Where would I be? What would I be doing? So I would be with my husband. We would be back in Italy because I surprised him with his dream trip to Italy last year for his birthday.
Oh, cool.
And we would just be roaming the streets, roaming the beaches around Amalfi. Like, we just had the best time, and like, we just really, really want to like go back and relive that. Like, that was probably one of the best trips of our life.
I love that. You know what? We'll play a show over there. Come and join you. Amalfi Coast,
Yes.
party on a boat. Like, that sounds great to me.
Let's plan that. I'm not even kidding.
Dude, I can't wait for you to come and shoot some of the live stuff. That actually is going to be super fun.
Let me know when. I cannot wait to be there. Like, you guys are killing it. Like, you guys are so good.
Oh, thank you. We're just getting started. And, you know, one, I guess, silver lining of all this, it's forced us to finish up songs a little faster than we were going to. So
Yeah.
once we start releasing music now, it's going to be continuous every 4 to 6 weeks, which is
Yeah.
great.
Good
Yeah.
for you guys. Man, that's awesome. It's good to have that consistency. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
for sure. Okay. What are you more afraid of? Failure or success, and why? Or if you're not afraid of either, explain.
Failure. I've always been afraid of failure. I think it's can be negative in terms of motivating you, but a lot of my younger and earlier motivation did come almost in spite of all these people telling me that I couldn't do something. You know,
Okay.
very much the chip on your shoulder. The more somebody told me, no, I can't do something, the more I'm gonna be like, fuck you, and prove them wrong. And my motivation hasn't necessarily changed hugely growing up, but I think that now it's more despite what people say. I want it from me, and I want it from my friends and my family, and I love what I do, and I want the freedom to continue to do it. So it's not as much a chip on the shoulder anymore. It's gone from inspite to despite.
Yes. Okay. I love that. I love that a lot. I think for me, I honestly feel like I'm not afraid of either because I feel like the failures help you get to the success. You know what I mean? Like, you learn from failing.
Yeah.
And you learn from people, you know, saying no to you, and you all those people who will say no to you get to that one yes. I feel like they go hand in hand. You know what I mean? And I'm at a place where I'm like, if I fail, great, because I'm gonna make it. Whatever I'm going for, I'm gonna make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just makes, I feel like, the success when it comes from that failing and people, like you said, like putting you down and all that, so much sweeter. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, okay, last question, and then we'll do some questions because we have a bunch of questions that people have like asked. What's your father's name, and tell me one thing about him.
My pop's name is Michael, and one thing about Rue, I call him Ruhu.
Okay.
He lives 3 lives at least. You know, he honestly, anytime we're having a barbecue or it's a birthday party, or he, since I was a child, has a story for everything and about everything, and he's not making it up. I mean, he was an underwater photographer, and I grew up pictures of him hanging onto the side of 20-foot manta rays. You know, from living in New York City and growing up, you know, and partying in the 70s, you know, the guy is just riddled and filled with incredible stories, and he's honestly one of the most likable, charismatic people I've ever met. You know, he's the life of every party, and you know, I hope that I that eventually get to kind of have half of that like dad wisdom that he has. You know,
man, you describing him, I feel like that's you, because I feel like since I met you, like you have just been like so charismatic. You've been so kind, friendly, outgoing, like welcoming.
It's all a show. It's all. Yeah.
You're like, I actually hate you.
No, that's very kind of you. Thank you. You know, I think again, I'm my father's son, and he raised my brother and I. He gave us so much opportunity when we were younger. He let us try everything, so he really helped us become pretty well-rounded. And
Yeah.
it's also why I'm doing what I do. You know, I had the support of my dad to follow my dreams, and yeah, you know, making me nostalgic in a way.
Yes. Cheers to your dad.
Cheers.
So, okay, so I have 2 dads because my parents are divorced. So I will start with my biological dad. My biological dad's name is Larry, or Lawrence, and one thing that I love about him is his humor. Like, he is the dad joke queen, like king, I should say, dad joke king. But he's got dad jokes for days, and you are just constantly laughing with him. Like, he just has the best sense
Dad
of, like,
jokes are the best.
Yeah. So, and then Ron, my stepdad, his name is, Ron. What I appreciate about him, and what I think I got a lot from him, is that he is a connector to the core. So if, like, he knows someone's looking for a job, or, you know, maybe someone from his church, their child needs a bike, like, he is trying to constantly connect the dots and, like, put people together to meet. So, yeah, but that's what I appreciate about both.
Love that.
So, okay, are you ready for some questions?
Yeah, let's do some these fan questions or viewer questions.
Yes. So we have one here. What is your favorite cheat meal?
Favorite cheat meal? Not gonna lie, just ordered a burrito, a steak burrito. Very excited about that. Yeah, burritos, burgers, chips, salsa, guac, fries, just like everything in that palette. I have to have at least once or twice a week. You know, I try and eat pretty clean, doing a lot of fish these days. You know, your diet is 70, if not 80% of how you look and you feel. But you got to also enjoy. And, you know, you can do burgers and burritos in a somewhat healthy way. I think it's actually like the chips and the fries that get you.
That do it, yeah. Balance, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you consider to be your spirit animal and why?
Huh. You know, I was born in the year of the horse, and I grew up riding horses. In fact, there was a moment in time where I wanted to be a cowboy, and I chose going to performing arts schools instead, which was by and far the smartest choice for me. But I spent every summer riding horses, breaking horses, even roping, and you know, I love it. Eventually, I want to have a ranch and love to have my own horses, so I feel like I'm going to go with horse.
That is so cool. That is an unknown fact. I never even pictured you a horse guy. Like, that is so
funny enough.
Cool.
My dad probably has more pictures of me riding than like anything else growing up, because that's what I would do all summer for probably 5 years in a row. Yeah.
I love this fact about you. So can you, like, when you're on the horse, can you do the hurdles where they're jumping too?
So that's English. I grew up riding Western.
Oh, got it.
But, you know, I learned how to come out of the gates, and I learned how to head and to heel with roping, and very different riding. I learned how to ride bareback actually, which makes you a much better rider no matter what you do. It hurts like hell until your legs get stronger. But yeah, never did jumping though.
Dang. Well, that is such a cool fact to know about you. I love that. Okay, couple more, and then we'll be good. She wanted this. Can't really read her name, but she wants to know if you guys will ever be coming to London.
I love London. And Gene, who's just walking out to grab her food, he lived in Amsterdam and in London for a decade. So he has played music all over there. We'll most definitely be DJing over there as soon as we can. I think your Wi-Fi is. Do you want to X out and come back?